Good afternoon and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and coffee stream number 137. And it's Friday, and that means it's guest day. So today I've got Peter Almond with me. How are you doing, Peter?
I'm all right. How are you? How are you?
As we established before streaming started, I'm awake, and that is good.
Hey!
Yes, awake is always good if you plan, as Peter says, on doing things other than sleeping. It's very important to have to be awake. I've usually what I do with guest day is I just, I bring somebody on and we talk about, what their YouTube channel is as well, because I like to give people exposure. And we read some news and we talk about some bollocks, as you said the other day. So
yeah, just talking bollocks.
What do you like to do on your channel? You game, right? You play games sometimes?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I do have a Twitch channel where I game, but the Twitch thing was only supposed to be kind of a side thing, just something I did occasionally, and then that's now become sort of my main area of content now. In terms of YouTube, which is what I want to start growing now, I do a kind of cross between like comedy sketches, or audiobooks as well.
Cool.
Now I've just been in Birmingham with Brit Gamer Girl for 2 weeks. Now that I'm back in Manchester, I can actually start working on some new material. And now that I've hit affiliate on Twitch, which means I'm able to properly monetize that. That has now given me sort of a bit more breathing room and a bit more excuse to work on my YouTube content. Now, the plan is I'm hoping it's going to stay as strict as I plan it, but schedule week by week, where I get 1 to 2 videos out a week on YouTube, and then I stream 3 days a week.
Okay, that's cool. Like, that's actually really cool. Like, I like the cross between stuff. I'm trying to get back into producing videos as well, because I like doing little rants. I actually have a playlist called Ranting from Behind Glass Eyes. And I've just found a couple of things I've actually recorded audio for. So Pincolo, the wonderful editor, will be kept busy. I actually found a TEDx talk this morning that I'm going to respond to as well. Because you know what I mean by cry speaking? When somebody is yelling and sounding like they're on the verge of tears constantly.
This kind of talking with you. I can't believe you just said that.
Yes.
That kind of,
This blind woman, I've only listened to the first 5 minutes of this 17-minute talk, and that is how she has chosen to speak for the so far entirety of this presentation. And it's like
she's constantly on the precipice of tears.
Yeah. Opinionated Scotsman says Peter streams a lot of games where he dies.
Yeah, well, no, to be fair, that only became a joke because I overstated my prowess at Sonic the Hedgehog. Now I can play it fairly well, and I can actually do the first time this happened, I said I can do this game without dying once in under an hour with all 6 Chaos Emeralds. And just gradually, as the stream went on, those caveats got knocked out one by one. I died. Okay, so all right, that's fine. I can still get all 6 emeralds and still do it under an hour. I miss an emerald.
Ooh.
Right, okay. Well, I can still do it in under an hour. I think it was 2 hours.
Oh my.
So that's become kind of like a joke on my stream now that, you know, have you died yet? Or how many times have you died? And I do play games where I don't die at all. In fact, Blind Girl is often the one who comes in and asks, you know, are you dead yet? Are you died yet? But she's had a habit the last couple of times of coming in asking, have you died yet? And I haven't. And then when I've ended, well, yeah, she does jinx me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there've been times where I've carried on playing the game after the stream has ended and then like instantly died straight as soon as the stream goes off. It's, oh, I'm dead now.
Oh my god. See, I've done that. I've done it like with Mortal Kombat. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get, because I get a string going and I'm like, oh, I might get a perfect on this guy. Oh no, not a perfect. Okay. I may let's just get a really good combo. Okay, cool. No, he broke that. Fuck. Okay, now let's you know, it's the same thing. You jinx yourself. You're like, okay. Oh, so Blind Girl brought up OHIP last night and how they're thinking of cutting people off who are on private insurance. Well, I found a similar story about OHIP, the Ontario Healthcare Program. But this one is they're looking at services to cut from the coverage of OHIP that they say are used too often, like too frivolously, for example. And I sort of can agree on that in principle.
Okay, just remind me, what is OHIP?
OHIP is called Ontario Healthcare Insurance Plan.
Right.
So what it does is it will cover you if you have your health card and you have to go to the hospital. You don't have to pay them when you get there. You don't have to pay to be seen. If you need any kind of surgery that's not cosmetic.
Right. It's kind of like Bupa over here.
Yeah. If you're gonna what they're seeing is that doctors are really quickly jumping to sending people for MRIs and stuff like that for temporary pain.
Right.
And Ontario's trying to find ways to cut budgets right now. And unfortunately, the Conservative government is going to look like a bunch of assholes right now because nowhere is going to be safe from cuts. Because unfortunately, with our last two Liberal governments, they've taxed and spent us into debt to the point where we have the same amount of debt as a small nation, and we're a province. So basically, the Conservatives have no choice but to make cuts pretty much to every program, whether it be a social one, an economic one. Like every program has been getting cuts. And it's unfortunately because we've been taxed and spent into the red. And that's why people are hating on Ford so much. Now, granted, Ford is, there are some things that he's doing that are stupid. Like one of the services that is on the chopping block in this cut search is the possibility of an anesthetically assisted colonoscopy. So they think that people don't need anesthesia to go get a colonoscopy.
Oh.
Yeah. Now that's something that's...
I'm sorry, but if someone's going to stick something up my ass, I want anesthesia.
Yeah, like that's a hill that I wouldn't pick to die on. Like, I really wouldn't. Especially, Ford is, he's not a young man. And generally, colonoscopies are used for cancer detection, you know, stuff like that. It's not like people are just like, gee, I think I want a colonoscopy today. I'm gonna call my doctor and get them to dope me up and shove something up my ass. Like what?
To be fair, I just wanted to see what was up there.
Yeah. Can I get that on a CD so I could, you know, watch the video when I go home?
Looks like it would look like the old 1970s intro to Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It's like going through a tunnel. To be fair, if you find a TARDIS in your arse, you're quite fucked.
Blind Girl says autism program is stupid.
Wikipedia snippet says, now that's an asinine idea.
Oh, it is. It is nice. Well played. Well played. Rosie said, my mom had colon cancer. These procedures are incredibly painful. I could imagine.
Well, my dad, he has to have very regular screenings for colon cancer.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not something I would want done without anesthetic. I mean, yes, there are things that we need cuts to because we've been spent to death, but do you really got to take the pain management away? Like,
yeah.
I don't quite understand that.
Yeah, it's literally the government trying to force them to go in dry.
Yeah. So I'm going to open my Twitter because Pinkhollow sent me a very interesting story. And since Easter is coming, it fits. And the headline I remember because it's so funny. Easter cream egg vaginas.
What?
I'm sure because you guys have Cadbury up there, right?
Yeah, we have Cadbury cream eggs.
Yeah. That's what they're talking about. So we're going to read about Cadbury cream egg vaginas. just because that's how we roll on the coffee stream.
How do you eat yours? I just thought that's going to be entirely lost on everyone, but that was the advertising slogan for cream eggs for years. How do you eat yours?
Oh, God, I can't wait to read this. This is going to be funny. The strangest Easter treat ever, cream egg vaginas. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this without laughing. I really don't. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get to this article here. Logical, you might think. Wait, what? Where's the chocolate vaginas on sale for Easter? That's perfect. That's the subheading. Logical, you might think the vagina looks like what? I'm gonna let screen reader read this because it's pronouncing things weirdly. I'm gonna see how they spelt this. The fungina is what they're calling it. The fudgina.
Oh my God. Fudgina.
That's why I was having trouble. VoiceOver was fucking up the word fudgina because it's not a word. Logical. You might think the vagina looks like Spot's ears, but it's perfectly sensible. Pink vagina. Cream egg vaginas are among the latest and greatest confectionery trend. No, I wouldn't put that as latest and greatest, but okay.
Well, think about it. If you're eating a vagina and something orange comes out, you
run.
There's something wrong.
Just fucking run.
Yeah.
Easter egg expert reveals how the treats are made. Oh, that's a video. Okay. We've seen deep fried cream eggs. We've seen vegan cream eggs, but this is certainly not only just the weirdest Easter treat we've seen yet, but the weirdest Easter treat imaginable. Yeah? We've Fagina, a company specializing in the edible representations of a lady's downstairs front area, have launched a special. How
many? Just thought it's a cunt.
Have launched a special cream egg flavor at the launch of their famous labia-shaped treat. How did they get around the patent?
Well, because is there really a patent for just filling a chocolate egg with fondant?
But I mean, if they're saying it's a cream egg flavor, how did they get the same? Like, if they're gonna market it as a cream egg vagina, it sounds like they're like the minute you say cream egg, you think Cadbury, right? So if I was Cadbury, I'd be like, you can't call it a cream egg. But that's just me. Let's see.
Pop and Hop says Cadbury now in musk flavor.
Holy fuck. Retailing at, come on, Chrome. Pay attention. Focus, Chrome. Stop it. What's it retailing at? 11 pounds.
Fuck that.
11 pounds 99. The cream egg Fagina is filled with a sweet cream mixture that's uncannily similar to Cadbury's original. I smell a lawsuit.
£11 though.
Yeah.
I mean, I considered buying myself an Easter egg when I was on my way back to Manchester yesterday. And I balked at paying £4 for it. I was like, no, I'm not paying £4 for a fucking Easter egg.
Yeah. This is 11 pounds, like almost 12 pounds, because it's $11.99, right?
Oh yeah.
So 12 pounds for a fucking chocolate pussy. Full of stolen flavoring. That's fucking brilliant.
Hang on, am I echoing?
No? Is chat saying you're echoing?
Aussie Tom is.
Oh.
But then again, I think he may just be having the auditory equivalent of seeing double. Right now.
Not worth it, says Chadwick. I agree. I would not pay $12 for an Easter. And I love cream eggs. They're one of my favorite Easter treats.
My favorite ones are the caramel eggs instead.
Oh, those are pretty good too.
Oh, I love them.
But yeah, the company says that although the sweet is cream egg flavored, it is still different. If you're sending one to the different, it says if you're sending one to a friend, they will include a condom with the package. What? They will, and it's still vegan.
But hang on. Aren't condoms made out of latex?
Yeah.
Which actually has animal products in it.
So the cream egg is still vegan, and it says if you're sending one to a friend, they say they will include a condom with the package so that you can let your friend know what you expect them to do with it.
Right. I am massively confused right now.
So if you want to send a cream pussy egg to your friend, the company will send a condom with the egg so that they can fuck the food?
Yeah, I was going to say, what? Right. if you are that hard up that you have to buy a chocolate cunt.
The one with the condom isn't cream filled, says Pumpkin Trucker. So it's hollow, and I'm fucking confused.
Is it a make your own cream egg thing?
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh Jesus, that's awesome.
Yeah, going into American Pie territory is what I was thinking. Wikipedia snippet. Oh, just imagine being caught in flagrante with a chocolate egg.
Could you imagine if you're going at it and you fucking shatter that thing and you get a cut from a piece of chocolate on your dick? How could you explain that to a fucking doctor? How did you get this laceration on your penis? Well,
it's a funny story, actually, doctor.
A friend of mine sent me these chocolate pussies. And they send a condom with them, but I really didn't feel like wearing it because, condoms, they take the sensation away.
Well,
so,
to be fair, you can buy chocolate penises. You can buy chocolate penis lollipops.
That's true.
Why not chocolate fannies?
But it's still, it's just... Oh God, Wikipedia snippet says if the condom wasn't cream filled in the beginning, it will be in the end.
Talk about a Kinder. Yeah, Kinder Surprise.
Oh my God.
It'd still be illegal in America though. Because you can't be trusted to realize that the plastic thing inside it isn't edible.
Yeah. Pincalo just finds some of the best stories. Holy fuck. Oh God.
Irate Prostate says more fun than a barrel of chocolate dildos. Fucking hell.
Oh, here's one that'll make us laugh even harder. Prince Harry says that Fortnite shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah. I heard about this before. Irate Bear sent me the article because he's just made a video on it. Fucking ridiculous, right? And to be fair, I read the article. There's a little bit more to it than that. He's trying to blame. It is the whole video games are bad argument all over again. But it did get me thinking about like the nature of addiction and things like that. And addiction is very rarely the fault of the thing the person is addicted to.
Yeah.
Like alcoholics, there's always a reason why they're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Drug addicts, it's always a reason why they're addicted to drugs. It's not the drugs themselves.
No, they have either a predisposition to addiction or they have mental health issues that caused them to want to escape from whatever's going on. Like, it's not the drugs. It's like, yes, the drugs can be chemically addictive, but they didn't just sit there and be like, psst, hey, take me.
It's also quite dangerous to describe like these kids who like will only play Fortnite and things like that as addicted to it, because that is then sort of indicating or hinting that, oh God, they need help for it or something like that. It's not. It's with a lot of video game addictions, especially in children, it is mostly the parents.
Yeah.
It is mostly the parents not taking them out to the park or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, like when it comes to like, when I'm doing stuff around the house, I let the kids watch TV and stuff, but I turn it off afterwards. Yeah. Or I will sit there and I will explain to them that this isn't actually this isn't real. This is TV. This is make-believe. And that's another thing that parents don't do when they put their kids in front of the Xbox. They don't sit there and have the talk with them that's like, okay, this is a story that you're just playing. This isn't real.
Yeah. I mean, right. You mentioned a moment ago that there may be mental health issues around video game addiction, and I can actually kind of see that. A lot of the video games I play, they're all single player, quite immersive games, and it is escapism.
Yep,
it is. I suffer I do actually have mental health issues, bipolar and anxiety, which is one hell of a
fun.
One hell of a combination.
Yeah.
When you're on a manic high with bipolar, you act out and start, and then the anxiety creeps in.
Yeah.
Just been a complete cunt to X, Y, and Z, and it just brings you down, and that puts you into the pits. Yeah. But for me, it is an escapism. It's not quite a fantasy. I don't genuinely really want to live in the world that Fallout presents or anything like that, but it is just a nice bit of escapism.
But you're also an adult and your brain is done forming. Like when you've got a kid who hasn't had the explanation of this is like because children's imaginations are huge.
Yes.
And when you don't explain the difference between reality and fantasy to a child, their imagination kind of blurs the lines between the two. Like I've seen it with my adopted brother. My dad would let him play the same games that he didn't give him child games to play when he was like 4 or 5. He just let him play whatever game that my dad was playing. And then he never explained to him, like, this is just a game, right? And the other problem is my brother's got brain damage because his biological mom was a cokehead when she was pregnant with him. So, and he's got fetal alcohol syndrome. So, and for a long time, and it was all this talk, like all he would talk about was, oh, I'm just gonna shoot up the cops and stuff. Like he was talking about straight out of GTA. He sounded like he was a GTA character. And to this day, he still has, like, he's given up his, he was a brilliant soccer player on rep team. And he's just given that up. He's gained a whole bunch of weight and he just parks himself in front of the computer. And part of that is because my dad and his mom never made them go outside and play as much as they should have. It was like, you're driving me crazy. Play a video game. Watch a movie. And that's the problem. It's not the game's problem. It's not the fucking show's problem.
In kids, I won't deny that there could possibly be like mental health issues for kids.
Yeah.
In that, maybe, without sort of hitting on a hot button topic between you and Blind Girl here, but maybe, the kid is undiagnosed on the spectrum.
Yeah.
For instance. But there is a huge element at that stage of a child's development of parental responsibility over it. And that's with the prevalence of like TV and always online things and tablets and shit like that, right? I mean, I'm fairly deep into it. I've got tablets. I've usually got 2 PCs running at the same time.
Yeah.
But in this age, it is very easy to get sucked into like the digital world.
Yeah.
And for kids who are still developing,
and this is like a new territory, because for centuries, there have been books for centuries now. So
oh yeah,
we've like for centuries, parents were just like, okay, go play outside, read a book, draw a picture.
Yeah.
But now we have the internet. We have TV. We have movies. We have video games. And I think everybody's still trying to figure out what's too much and what's not too much.
Yeah, yeah. Because sort of the development of these technologies has kind of accelerated massively over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to the point. Yeah, it's got to the point now where, okay, 30 years ago when we had like these films or these stories set in the future, and it'd be like, oh, everyone's in flying cars and shit like that. And to be fair, we're not too far away from it. We just don't have them.
Yeah.
That's how fast technology has evolved.
And Black Romeo says, and then there's the bullshit story about the mom who didn't want her kid playing Fortnite, so she just took his game, took his Xbox, and then bitches that he still finds ways to play. You see, that's the good part about video games is if you can find a good balance with them, it can be a great way to make friends. Like,
just to counter what Black Romeo has just said in the chat, I don't think they're actually bad parents. I just think they're a little bit lazy and a little bit reliant on these things. That's what they're not bad parents.
Yeah.
Just because technology is all encompassing now, it's a bit of laziness. It's like before I got with Brit, my last two girlfriends were single parents,
right.
And if we'd go out for a meal or something like that, and their kid was like being a bit agitated or something like that, if we're in like Weatherspoons with free Wi-Fi, I just get my tablet out and just go, here, have a look at some kids' videos on there. Yeah. It wasn't my place to do that, but it was her idea.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so I
perhaps people are afraid to let Johnny go outside. What? I mean, Johnny getting caught playing with Doctor with little Susie will get Johnny thrown. Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true, but it's a slightly different argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. My ex, his daughter is 13 and she only cares about getting likes at 13. That's not right, Rosie. Yeah. That really isn't right. At 30, getting likes on Instagram.
No. Like, we just had a big problem with my adopted sister. She had basically a huge mental health breakdown. I have a feeling she had gotten into some hard stuff. And she had fucking thousands of Instagram followers at 15. Think about that.
Christ.
Yeah. It was terrifying. Like, that shit's scary. Like, that's just sometimes the internet can be awesome, but sometimes it's just fucking terrifying. Yeah, my sister's Instagram was on private too.
It's not right. Well, two things. First of all, yeah, your ex needs to shut that shit down. Second of all, she's not doing herself any favors by having her Instagram on private if she's only doing it to likes.
No, she's not. I want likes, but I've got my stuff on private. And that's the other that follow for follow thing. I don't agree with that because you don't know who the fuck you're following. Some weirdo could have followed you and you just... I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
The internet's a crazy place to navigate still.
I've just looked. Rosie, are you trying to emulate the Canadian way of speech? Because that's twice now you've posted. Well, at the end of one you put A, and then that one, you know.
I'm Canadian and I barely talk like that.
I know, what's that all about? Oh, that fell flat. Sorry.
Uh-oh. King Carlo just sent me one that says, "Don't throw up while you read this one." Oh, God. Moms, please don't eat your placentas, obstetricians say. I can't believe we have to actually say that.
But people have been eating placentas for years. Why is it now? I'm not saying, I'm not advocating for it. I think it's fucking disgusting. But people have been doing it for years and it's never caused anyone any harm. It's always one of those, with me, it's always one of those, it's not the kind of thing I would do, but yeah. But if that's what you're into, fine.
So let's see here. When Chrome decides to behave, we will read this fucking thing. In a parenting podcast, obstetrician or actress Hilary Duff revealed that she drank a berry and raw placenta blended smoothie 3 hours after her water birth in her home in October. So that's why this is a thing, I guess, that obstetricians are like, what? So
it's still
I fucking hate these links. Go away. Okay. After reviewing...
So is biting your nails.
Yeah. After reviewing what scientific data exists on the subject, Canada's pregnancy specialists are urging Canada's women any woman considering eating or drinking her placenta to please refrain from doing so. The Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists in Canada has found that no evidence of benefit from human maternal placentophagy, I guess, is eating your placenta. Fancy words for eating your placenta. But there are potential risks of harm, including the transfer of serious bacterial infections from mother to newborn, which makes sense to me. A recent survey of more than 1,000 mothers in the US and Canada found a quarter said that they had consumed their placentas. In November, actress Hilary Duff revealed in a parenting podcast that although she was a little wigged out by the idea at first, she drank a berry and raw placenta blended smoothie hours after her home water birth in October.
Oh, God.
Ew. The rest of her placenta, she said, was made into ice cubes. Because, okay. Could you imagine being her husband wanting to make a fucking mixed drink after a hard day's work and he accidentally gets the fucking placenta cube?
Oh, Christ. Yeah.
Buh.
Don't touch the red ice cubes. Yeah, I appreciate that's the, that's what I was saying a minute ago. People have been doing it for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes on to say the human placenta is a disc-shaped, blood-rich organ that is part of the uterus during pregnancy, through which the baby receives nutrition and oxygen. It weighs roughly 500 grams and contains protein, fat, minerals, and hormones. This process is commonly done among home birthers, but the practice of ingesting one's placenta postpartum has spread to hospital births. The placenta can be consumed raw or rinsed, heated, dried, or vaporized and turned into capsules.
Yeah, no, not definitely not.
Yeah. I think this is coming from the OB's perspective of hospital births, that they really don't want to do this. We were getting lots of questions about it, says Dr. Chelsea Elwood, a reproductive infectious diseases specialist at the University of BC and a member of the Society of Obstetricians and Infectious Diseases Committee. Women usually ask me if I've heard of this eating your placenta thing and whether I think there's any benefit to it. Advocates, including private placenta preparers, well, that's an interesting job title. You imagine putting that on your Facebook profile? Work, private placenta preparer.
At that point, you just might as well change your occupation on your passport to just unemployed.
Yeah. Yeah. However, despite the testimonials and celebrity endorsements, there is no trial that shows a significant benefit for women consuming their placenta after delivery, Elwood said. It's very clear that there is no great clear-cut benefit at this point. The new Canadian Physicians Statement, endorsed by the Society of Obstetricians Board of Directors, will be formally published next month in the Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology Canada. According to a recent review article, more than 4,000 species of mammals consume their placenta, but researchers have argued that the benefits of consuming the placenta is species specific and not translatable to humans. I could actually believe that, because there are a lot of things that the placenta can stop to keep them from reaching the baby. Like a lot of like toxins and stuff that the mother consumes that don't necessarily break the blood placenta barrier. So if you eat your placenta, then you're basically eating everything that your baby was saved from getting. And then if you're going to breastfeed, you're basically giving all the fats that have all of the things from your placenta are now going to go into your breast milk. So that's not really, that's counterproductive. Because like other animals don't eat, for like animals that are like other mammal species are living in the wild. They don't change their environment quite the way we do. We introduce things to our environment that other mammals would never, ever, ever, ever have in their placentas when they eat them. Which is probably why they're saying this isn't translatable to human species, because yeah, like I'll think about all the medications that we take that may not go through the placenta barrier, but when you eat it, now you're like, there's just I
just think it's a bit disgusting. And yes, Genty Maxi, yeah, I am slightly dry retching the more I hear.
Well, Pincalo did say try not to throw up. Oh, Lord. What a gross idea. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Don't eat your placenta.
Right, okay. It wouldn't be a stream with me unless I had to disappear for a minute to go and do a blood wing.
All right, you go do a blood wing.
I'll be back in just a second.
No worries. So, chat, what are you saying here? We've got, let's see. It's supposed to be, what? A checkup. Oh, okay. Hashtag teach women not to eat baby waste. Yeah, I know, right? Holding this is an old wives' tale. Prolonging women are saying that it will boost a woman's energy after birth. Yeah. Let's see. He'll be back for a smoke. Yep. Feminists now use this as a part of women empowerment, and some of them use it to make jewelry. Yes, they do. Placenta necklaces is a thing. It's kind of fucking disgusting. Just about as disgusting as smearing your period blood on your face. Last time I went to the dentist, I ended up with a root canal. Oh, Jesus. Do you have the Steve Martin dentist from Little Shop of Horrors?
And I'm back.
Hello.
And no, Goatman, it's not diabetes. I have been checked for it. It's just simply poor timing. Always happens. Oh, no matter how much I plan for these streams and things like that, and go right, okay, so go for a wee first, have something to eat first, and then all of a sudden, halfway through the stream, I really need a wee now.
Reason Vision just picked up on my mispronunciation of disc-shaped organ.
It's a dick shape. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
See, I need my fucking Teespring. We need a placenta as a dick-shaped organ shirt. That's what we need.
You can set up a merch store through Streamlabs.
I thought it was only because I thought, like, I looked at it and it said Twitch merch. I thought that you had to have like a Twitch.
Oh, not as far as I'm aware. No.
Weird. I will look that up after the stream. I
may be completely wrong. You know.
Oh no, you can sell merch, but I just thought I saw a Twitch affiliate.
No, I think it's Twitch itself.
Oh.
You have to be affiliate to sell merch. Which, by the way, guys, I am an affiliate now.
Oh, awesome.
But through Streamlabs, I think you can just set it up. It's one of their like incentive things. You know, if you've had a Streamlabs account for so long, it's just you can just set it up, and you get perks if you complete like this really gamified set of tasks.
Speaking of which, guys, there is a Streamlabs in the description. If you are of a mind, please consider going to streamlabs.com/blindpress.
Get her to say shit, and if you pay enough, she dances.
Yes.
Oh.
Why does that sound like a child's toy?
It's not. It's the ringtone I use for WhatsApp on my phone. It's the intro to Ashen's videos.
Oh, WhatsApp. I love WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Well, I love and hate WhatsApp. I use it for I'm on a lot of blind parenting lists. Because blind people apparently love WhatsApp. Which makes sense because you can leave voice messages and stuff. But yeah, blind people are like a huge WhatsApp users.
Cool. So you can do that on Facebook Messenger as well, though.
Yeah, the audio quality sucks, though.
It does. That's how one of my exes. That's how we used to communicate. I always find this weird when you have someone's phone number and you still communicate with them using an online method like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, that's just weird.
I read Bear does it as well.
Oh.
Like, I texted him yesterday just saying hello. Yeah, I've replied to you on Discord. You text me to tell me you've replied to me on Discord.
That's funny. That's hilarious. Hey man, hey, I've replied to you on Discord. Oh, what? Wait, why? That would be like Pink Hollow sending me a text. Hey, I'm going to the grocery store. What do you need? And I send him a DM on Twitter. Like, and then I text him to go check your DMs.
I mean, right? Don't get me wrong. I mean, unless you're like on a contract mobile phone,
yeah,
and you're not like me and sometimes don't pay it, which is why I'm on pay as you go now. But sometimes it is better with the prevalence of Wi-Fi to use like WhatsApp or Discord when you're out and about.
Yeah.
But if you've got credit on your phone and you've got the phone number, you might as well text.
Yeah. So did any crazy interesting news things happen in your neck of the woods?
Well, when you mentioned this yesterday, I went straight to the Manchester Evening News website.
Oh.
Now, buried somewhere in between all the articles around people being shot in Salford or stabbed in Hume, I found developer says controversial student tower block will include Google-backed technology to help the blind. Okay. Plans have been submitted for a 12-story building on the site of a tiny Georgian pub on Cambridge Street in Hume.
Okay.
From what I've read of this article, it doesn't exactly say how it will help the blind, just that it does.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. If approved, it would see 97 units with a rooftop terrace built on the site of Church Inn, where a pub stood for 160 years before closing in 2016.
A rooftop terrace, huh?
Mm.
For the view, right?
Yeah, presumably. I'm just trying to see, because this article goes on a little longer than I originally read it by the look of it. But right, I see. Right.
In recent news, we all died in a nuclear explosion 3 hours ago. All right, Reason Vision.
Bosses are now working towards establishing an open standard for navigation around the globe and want to continue fine-tuning the process with smaller projects as the proposed student accommodation in Hume, using Bluetooth low-energy beacons, or Blebs.
Blebs.
A fucking pointless acronym.
That just sounds like something you would say, like, if you're making a throw-up noise.
Yeah, bleb. Vision-impaired residents will be able to receive positioning and directions via a specialist mobile phone app and headphones. So I see. They're looking at using it for a test bed for a kind of blind GPS.
I can't get over Bleb.
Bleb.
Oh my god.
There was another article. A cyclist has been fined for his part in a road rage crash which left him in hospital. Colin Jones, 49, came off his bike near Warburton Toll Bridge in Trafford a court heard. He was riding along the bridge road in Lim when he claims a car pulled in front of him from a side road, forcing him to swerve in the opposite lane. Now, I've seen the CCTV footage of this. He's attacking the car afterwards. Apparently, this car cuts him off, and he just starts trying to pull the car door open and attack the guy.
Okay.
They've both been fined, basically.
All right then.
I think it's under. I think it might be under Manchester Magistrates Court's new "Don't be a prick" directive.
Wow. Just what is with England?
We're parochial, but by God, we come out with funny shit.
Yeah. Oh, fucking seriously, Hangouts? I hate Chrome sometimes. It made me like lose my fucking what's it called? It made me lose my Hangout window.
Shit. Bleb is like the burp you make before you bath. Yeah.
Yep.
I think the chat are still hung up on Blebs as well.
I think so too.
And
see you later, Reason Vision. Have fun writing your script.
Have fun, mate. And don't forget, when you finish the video, drop it in my Discord.
Bleb is the name for plebs.
He only ever seems to do that when I remind him, but it keeps putting out videos. And when I'm on streams, he'll say, "Oh, I've just put out a new video." I'm like, "Oh, cool, I'll check it out in a bit." I never see it unless I directly tell him, "Put it in my Discord."
Yeah. Can you yammer at chat while I duck out and come back so I can find my fucking window?
Absolutely.
I'll be back in 30 seconds.
No worries. No worries. In response to Rosie, we died in 2011 when Fukushima hit. No, we didn't. We all shifted dimensions in 2009 when they first turned on the Large Hadron Collider. Let's see. Buses are used for maritime navigation. No, they're not. Peter, the king of dead air. Can you still hear me? Oh, I'm all right. Okay. Because I just looked at the Hangout window and it's just saying waiting for people to right. Oh, it's still showing I'm live. Right. Okay. Fine. No, we can't. Fuck off, Scotsman. Anyway. Right. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. So let's have a look. No, we can't hear you. Right. They closed main Yankee nuclear plant in Maine a few years ago. What? All I learned from that is that main Yankee nuclear plant is in Maine. It looks like blind pressure. I think she did. Hang on a sec. My Discord's going off. And it's Rosie and Reason. Pay attention, guys. So it looks like blind press. Yeah. She'll be back. And in greater numbers. Possibly the worst Obi-Wan Kenobi impression I've ever done. So, what's going on in the chat? How are you all? Irate Prostate, it's always good to see you. Blind Girl, I know you were messing with me. Well, I kind of realised that afterwards. But Pumpkin Trucker, Yammer, Yammer, Yammer. opinionated Gulf City Scotsman can go himself, quite frankly. Let's see.
Oh, I'm here. Fuck me.
Welcome to the live stream, Blind Press. Thank you for joining me.
I fucking hate when... See, the reason I'm using Chrome when I go on live with other people is sometimes Safari decides that Hangouts is not going to either broadcast my microphone or allow me to hear my participants.
Right.
So when I stream with more than one person, I just use Chrome, but sometimes when I close other pages, like my Twitter page, it closes the Hangout window, and then I can't find the Hangout window.
All right. This may sound like a simple solution, but pop out the Google Hangouts and make it a separate window.
I have to figure out how to do that. Mac is really annoying. They put what they do is they put tabs on top of each other.
Rosie's going to walk her imaginary dog, so she shouldn't be too long.
Oh, does she have a Kleenex box dog?
No, it's just she just drags a lead around her behind her.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. No one's got the heart to tell her that there's no dog there, but
oh well, you gotta let her have something.
Yeah, it's when people stop in the street and try to stroke it that really confuses her.
Oh God. Oh, so we had Pinkala was driving around town the other day, and he saw a bunch of students protesting with their teachers about these education changes to the curriculum. And I'm sitting there going, I can understand teachers not liking the fact that class sizes are going to go up and everything, but I think it's supremely unprofessional to try and get your students to protest with you.
Yes, absolutely. If you've got an issue with your job and your job involves children, don't get the kids involved.
Yeah.
No matter what.
If you happen to teach grade 12 students and they happen to organize a protest on their own off campus, not during school hours, that's not on you. But you've got no right dragging your students out to a protest that you are doing. You've got no business bringing your ideology into the classroom.
Yeah. There has to be that professional disconnect. That I'm here to teach children. I'm not happy about what's going on behind the scenes, but
yeah. Pinkalo says you should have seen all the protests I was driving by that had and all of them had teachers with them. That's how I know this is teacher orchestrated. They're not because the media is trying to say that students are protesting. They're making it seem like students are doing this by themselves. But every protest you go to, there's a teacher there. My thing is, again, if there are high school students that really do feel that their education would be affected by this, and they want to protest not during their time when they're supposed to be being educated, and they want to do something politically as youth, that's a different story. But if you're in charge of teaching and
hang on, blind girl is in the blind girl's in the chat saying it was the teachers were told to chaperone this protest. So
well, what other choice did they have though? They have to chaperone them, because if they don't, then parents will sue them because their children have just walked off campus. And you can't tell me that teachers aren't talking about this in the classroom, because I know they are. Because back when Mike Harris, in the 90s, he was a conservative politician in Ontario. He was the premier of Ontario in the 90s, and he did some educational cuts that were absolutely not helpful. And the teachers went on strike. And all the teachers spoke about it in the classroom. I remember the teachers talking about it with the students.
Apparently, it was the students, though, who I'm just inferring from what Blind Girls just said. Apparently, it was the students who instigated the protest against the curriculum change.
I have a hard time buying that it was all just students.
Yeah,
I really do. Because if you've spent any time in the last 15 years watching how politically involved the teachers have been, and one of the reasons why our province is in such debt is because the Liberal government spent 15 years buying the teachers' vote. So I'm having a very hard time buying that so many students across the province went to bat for the teachers.
Well, Blind Girls saying we had this article on her stream 2 days ago. It's the course changes.
Now, the course changes, I would protest, but like I'm saying, like, why would I think it's you're putting the teachers aren't in a good position when students want to go off and protest, because the school is responsible for them no matter how old they are, right? So they have to chaperone, right? The teachers have to chaperone. But what I'm saying is I'm not totally convinced that while there were some things that the students should protest, like the course changes, they keep bringing up talking points that teachers would bring up as well, which is why I'm saying it's kind of blurred the lines. And
if the students are pissed off and wanted to protest it, that's one thing. But like you say, if they're bringing up talking points that could only come from the teacher's perspective, and they're the ones bringing them up, that's something else. Yeah.
Pincalo says, ask the students specifically what talking points they have, and listen to them and tell me that they're not being given to them by the teachers, but they are. If you go and you ask a student, like if you listen to any news interviews, you hear the students being interviewed, it's everything a teacher would say. That's my point. I'm not saying that they don't have a right to be upset about mandatory online coursework on top of extra stuff. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is it's very obvious that they are also being led by the teachers. And this is what I was trying to say on the Blind Girl stream as well, is that yes, high school students are at a weird age because they're not quite adults, right? But they're not quite 5-year-olds. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to tell what a teenager is saying that they've come up with by themselves and what they're saying that they've been spoon-fed.
Yeah.
The number one, Pink Hollow says, who is the number one group of people who've been pissed off since Doug Ford got elected? Teachers. And this was even before he started talking about the cuts he would make to education. It's been a Ford man bad reaction. And like I said, he's done some stupid shit since he's been elected. He is still acting, because he was a city councillor of Toronto, which is our capital city of our province. And he still acts more like he is mayor of Toronto than he is premier of the province. And I don't agree with that. Like, I am by no means a Doug Ford supporter. But what I'm saying is that it's kind of going the same way as Orange Man Bad here.
Yeah, and anything Doug Ford says, instantly bad. He could come out with a cure for cancer, and
yeah, he could.
Bad.
He could come up with a cure for cancer, and they would just say, "Oh, he's just trying to make money."
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but cancer drugs are going to cost money, even a cure.
It's when you go Martin Shkreli on it with the age drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Deliberate. What is it he did? He deliberately hiked up the price.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But I mean, there is no cut. There is no program that Ford could touch that somebody is not going to turn around and go, "You bastard." He's damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't. Now, he doesn't help himself by doing, stupid things like trying to change our license plates to say open for business, like a $5 whore. I don't really agree with that.
It's a license plate, though.
Yeah. Like, apparently, because I can't remember what our slogan is right now on our license plates, but he wants it to be open for business.
Unless you're a fucking taxi driver, there's no reason.
Yeah. No, that was his brother that was busted for smoking crack.
Oh,
Rob.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I am working on doing the math on how much NDP has spent on their ads because election is coming up. Yeah, see, New Democratic Socialists, fuck me. They spend a lot of money.
Apparently the slogan is yours to discover.
Yes, yours to discover. That's right.
Right.
$5 whore. When did we bring up AOC? No, she's a $2.50 whore.
Fuck me, something just weird happened in the chat on the live stream. Then it kind of glitched for a second.
What happened?
I don't know. On my side, just the whole chat box just went blank, and then everyone's writing went huge, and then back again. And the only thing I can tie it down to is, for some reason, Irate Prostate has written he's, but with a accented S.
Weird.
Don't try and use special characters.
Oh, good luck with the dentist, Genty Maxi.
Ah, yes. Is your appointment still at 2:30? 2:30. Oh, bollocks to you.
Pinkala says the Teachers Federation and all the money they got is part of the reason why the Ontario healthcare system has gone to shit. Not wrong. We've spent so much money on our teachers that teachers are important.
Massively important. Yeah.
I am not going to sit here and say that teachers are not important.
I technically used to be one.
Yeah. Teachers are incredibly important. However, you should not put your entire province in massive debt just to keep them voting for you. That's not how that works. Or shouldn't be how it works. So that's my issue with, I'm not saying that high school students shouldn't protest. What I'm saying is that a lot of the things that they say, they sound like they're parrots. And that's what I have a problem with.
Yeah.
And their signs, they're saying education matters. Well, then get the fuck back to school. Sorry, go back to class then. Go learn. Go learn so that you can graduate and make a change.
Yes, definitely. Stay in school, kids.
That's what I have to say about that.
Except PE. Who needs PE?
Fuck climbing that rope.
Yeah.
That rope's annoying anyway. Who needs it?
You know, right. The weird thing is, right, when I was at school, one of the subjects I was best at was religious education, and I'm a fucking atheist.
Yeah, I got really good marks in world religion.
Yeah.
And I'm not religious either. Like, the best part of that year though was being allowed to pick a religion to do a cumulative project on, and it couldn't be any of the big five that we'd studied, any of the Abrahamic religions. We had to pick a religion that we didn't talk about that year.
Mm.
So what I went for Satanism. Because we had to give an oral presentation about Satan, about what a religion that we picked. So I picked Satanism.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. It's just as valid as any other religion, really.
Mm-hmm.
This is why when people call Scientology a cult and they say, no, we're a religion, I'm like, yeah, because you're just as retarded as all the other ones.
Did I have to do PE in school, Scotty? Yes, but there were a couple of years where they didn't want me participating in the gym, like in gym class with everyone else. So they took me out and stuck me with my teaching assistant and then gave me bad participation marks. So as I got older, thankfully, like when I hit high school, my PE teachers, like my teaching assistant attempted to take me out of gym the first day, and my PE teacher was like, no, she's not going anywhere. We can figure this out. And I hugged her. Like I started crying and I hugged her.
Yeah, that's fucking good. Yeah.
So what they did was when they let me participate in learning like the rules of a sport, like soccer or basketball or whatever. And then when they were actually doing, like, anytime, for example, that they would play field hockey, not exactly a sport even at the most accommodating teacher could have a blind person play. So what they did was they sent me to the grade 10 class that was doing like sort of a exercise class where you would do like aerobics and weightlifting and all that kind of stuff, so that I was still at least with a class. I wasn't segregated on my own. And I was still doing things with a group of people.
Right.
They made sure that there was no exclusion. Like, she's not being stuck in a corner with you, teaching assistant. Like, and back when they did that, they would complain to my mom. She's like, well, she's got a really bad attitude. And my mom would be like, well, wouldn't you? If you were told that you can't participate with your friends because you might hurt them because you can't see, here, go play basketball with your 50-year-old teaching assistant.
No, bollocks to that. Bollocks. There is. I'm pretty certain that, you could be all right at sports or different physical activities. It's not, you're blind. You're not fucking quadriplegic.
Yeah. It was really annoying.
You're blind press, not blind pillow.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that happened. Like, that's why I used to be a really big advocate for the blind community with the Canadian National Institute for the Blind. And I stopped because they would they would pay me lip service. They'd be like, "Oh, you've done so much work for us, and we really want to hear your ideas on how we can, you know, continue to help blind people." And I would give them ideas, and they would just, and it wasn't just me, it would be other blind people too, would say the exact same thing. And they'd be like, "Oh, those are great ideas," and then not do anything about it. And they just, it's insane the amount of lip service they give you, even in the blind community.
Yeah.
As an advocate. Why are you asking for my password, you crazy people?
Because I want to get into all of your accounts.
Well, it's asking for my password for another account, so fuck off. National Tartan Day. Thank you, calendar. I didn't care about that. The fuck is National Tartan Day?
National Carton Day.
No, tartan, like the Scottish, like
Scotsman.
Tartan.
Yeah.
Why are we celebrating tartans? What is there a National Kilt Day?
I've never fucking heard of it. So.
It's some Canadian thing, I think.
Well, isn't there a like heavy immigration thing from Scotland to Canada?
Yeah, there was a huge influx of Scottish immigrants in the 50s, the 40s and 50s.
Right.
The city of Guelph actually has a huge Scottish population.
Well, as Scotsman likes to remind us every time it comes up, Nova Scotia is New Scotland.
Scotland, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Scotsman, I did that one for you.
Nova Scotia. I'm one of those weird people that pronounces things phonetically sometimes just for the fun of it.
I do it as well.
Like, I just had to fight myself on saying I'm one of those people that pronounces things phonetically.
Love it. I actually really like that. I've never heard phonetically before.
Because you would be nothing without us at Blind Press, said Scotsman. That's not wrong, actually. Canada's first prime minister was a Scotsman.
Ah.
Oh, thank you for the Wikipedia snippet about the CNIB. Ha ha ha.
Are they true Scotsmen?
Are they true Scotsmen?
I've never hooked on phonics worked for me, says well, right. I've never understood quite what the no true Scotsman fallacy means.
I don't either.
I'm normally quite hot on my, like argument fallacies and that. But no true Scotsman always gets me. I'm like, what do you mean?
I don't quite understand no true Scotsman myself.
So if someone could enlighten us in the chat, we'd be very much grateful.
Yes. Yes, we would.
Scottish men were the first cross-dressers.
Is that what makes them true Scotsmen? Is that what the definition of a true Scotsman is? They must be a cross-dresser.
Oh, there's another one. I can't say, unless I try, kilt without saying Celt instead.
Ah. Yeah, Botter Waddle was my thing for a long time because it was just so funny.
Well, that's the spoonerism, isn't it? Like we were talking about the other night.
Yeah. Let's see. Wearing nothing under your kilt makes you a true Scotsman.
It's about ascribing a character trait universally to a group. Right. So, would that be the idea that, well, obviously, let's pick on the Scotsmans again. It would be all Scottish people are tight with money. Would that be a no true Scotsman fallacy? Incidentally, don't forget, Blind Press's Streamlabs is in the description.
Thank you, Peter.
I just figured, seeing as how we mentioned money. Exactly. Right. Thank you, Sir Adamantine.
Has Gunfox sent me any horribly enraging news stories? Let's see.
Gunfox is just a horribly enraging person. I'm joking. He's lovely.
He's really funny, but yes, he does like to send news that pisses me off. I think he just likes when I get mad.
Mad press is good press.
Where is that stupid open? There it is. Open Discord. Thank you. I will. Oh, load, please. Thank you. Very, very nice, Discord. What's in the news for the coffee stream? Maxine Waters has ramped up her President Trump impeachment talks once again. Impeach the motherfucker? Oh no, that's a different black chick. Jesus. I don't get it. Trump is bad, Ford is bad just because they exist. What? Weren't we trying not to hate people just for existing? Isn't that a thing that we were attempting to do like a while ago?
Right, I think your chat is on a delay for me, so just let me refresh.
That's fine.
Because you just read something out then, that comment from Pincarlo that came up a second ago for me.
Elizabeth Warren, she hates Trump so much that she will try and use a what?
That she will use his stick.
Oh, he was, yeah.
Election.
All right, what craziness is Maxine Waters touting?
What is it? What is it about people with the surname Waters and being just fucking insane?
I don't know.
Roger Waters, right, is one of my favorite musicians of all time. He's a fucking idiot. He put up on Twitter a few days ago, well, on April Fool's Day, that he's going to be performing. Right, just let me find the tweet so I get the actual location right. But he's tried to. For years he's been trying to inject himself into the Israel-Palestine Right.
Oh.
Right, here it is. Roger Waters will play in Tel Aviv on the 16th of July, 2019. Ho fucking ho! Except this is not a laughing matter. The murder of unarmed children and paramedics and journalists. April Fool's Day post by the Israeli Ministry of Strategic Affairs.
What?
Roger, leave it alone. He also a few months ago publicly attacked other musicians for booking for booking and planning tours that involve like some of the Palestinian countries and things like that. It's like, no, you shouldn't perform there. Fuck off, Roger. Don't tell people where they can't play.
Yeah.
That said, your last album was really good.
Stick to music, please.
Yeah.
Notifications. What's going on? So the Democrat has used her public office to protect her investments, benefit her friends, and enrich her family. Maxine Waters has ramped up her President Trump impeachment talks once again. The California Democrats seem to be moving on from pushing impeachment when she admitted that it was never discussed as a realistic strategy among Democrats. But the Congresswoman took a very different tone when speaking to supporters this week. I bet she did.
Right, this is Maxine Waters, who has been on the precipice of death for the last couple of months, is it?
Yes. Maxine, right. the 70-year-old black lady from California.
Yeah.
Some people say hold on. Some people say how dare her? Sick. Come out and say impeachment. She doesn't know enough about him to talk about impeachment. But the American people, whether they say it or not, they know that this man is dangerous. That's a quote. That word salad was a verbatim quote.
Okay, now.
Democratic. So she told supporters at a Democratic club dinner on Tuesday. Maxine Waters says it was corrupt. Oh, okay, so that's an article. Sorry. That certainly he conspired with the Kremlin and the oligarchs of Russia. No, he didn't! Robert Mueller just fucking said so, and that was your last fucking hope, you morons.
They're still sticking with the Russian bots thing, are they?
Yeah. That's the hill they're gonna die on.
I just like the attitude of some of these people. Just this whole, this is what I say. Prove me wrong. Okay, no, prove me wrong. Here. Here's the evidence and proof you've been asking for. Doesn't matter. Prove me wrong.
But I just did. No, you didn't. Okay. I was just thinking, says Pincolo. Using lefty logic, Waters shouldn't be allowed to run because she's white supremacist adjacent. She went to the same school as David Allen did.
Oh. Also, has she ever had a shit? Because Hitler had a shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Trucker is just hammering me with links.
Like a bridge over Maxine Waters.
I will lay thee down.
Thank you for that Wikipedia snippet.
Oh, Oh my fucking god, I don't think I've ever laughed this hard on a stream. Holy fuck.
The chat are on fire tonight.
They are. They really are. Oh god. Okay. Waters, who has frequently attacked President Trump since he took office, went on to question Attorney General William Mueller. Wait, William what? Wait, William who? Attorney General William Barr. Oh, okay. So she's mad at Barr because he was Mueller's boss, and Mueller didn't find what they wanted Mueller to find. So it's now the Attorney General's fault. I know that you are all worried about the special counsel and the fact that we have a report that has been described to us in a letter by the Attorney General. We don't know what's in the report yet, and we're going to demand it, she said, according to the Washington Examiner. Why does she speak in word salad?
Because word salad is the only way to speak these days.
She's just mentally vomiting, and reporters are eating it up. She's not saying anything. Like, and I know most politicians don't say much anyway, but good God, she could take the prize.
Have you ever drank Fanta? You're a Nazi. How dare you drink German World War II soda? Yeah, exactly, Green Thunder.
Or drive a Volkswagen.
Yeah. Fanta was invented by the Nazis.
All of America is a bunch of Nazis because they went to the moon. You know, they wouldn't have never gotten to the moon if they hadn't made those deals with all the fucking German scientists and had them come work for NASA and help them build the rockets.
Isn't word salad a symptom of schizophrenia? No. Well, maybe, but it's also a symptom of a stroke. Maxine Waters, you're on your way out.
Yep. Her and not Dianne Feinstein, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
No, that's who I've been thinking of. Not Maxine Waters, it's Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
They're both old and decrepit.
Yeah. Well, there's a slight conspiracy theory that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is already dead. It's just nobody's bothered to tell the press. They're just keeping her alive in people's minds.
They're just, it's like Weekend at Bernie's.
Now, you see, Weekend at Bernie's could have taken a very dark twist if they tried to animate the corpse.
Yeah.
Just hand right up there. Yeah, I reckon if I push far enough, I can get into his head. Project Paperclip equals Nazis. Oh, well, no. Project Paperclip was a slightly Nazi thing. It was... If I'm right, wasn't Project Paperclip America bringing in Nazi scientists?
I think so.
Yeah. And kind of not quite exonerating them or pardoning them for their crimes during World War II, but kind of just going, look, we're not going to prosecute them. We're not going to prosecute you for this if you come and work for us.
Yeah. You come help us out. Help us beat Russia at this. And we will not include you in the hangings of your buddies. Sound good?
Yeah.
And they said, jawohl.
Jawohl.
Heil the flag of the USA.
They did animate the corpse. It was called Weekend at Bernie's 2. I've never seen Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Yeah, they did, actually.
Just as I've never seen Airplane 2. Now, Airplane's one of my favourite films. I've never seen the sequel. Just because it looks piss poor.
Yeah. That's kind of the most problem I have with sequels and reboots, especially reboots, is that they're just done horribly.
No, to be fair, there are some sequels that actually turn out better than the original.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Evil Dead 2, for one.
Yeah. Evil Dead 2. Terminator 2.
Yep.
All right.
Back to the Future 2.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I much prefer Back to the Future 2 than I do 1.
Yeah.
Not quite in the same vein, as it wasn't as good as the original, but Ghostbusters 2 wasn't a bad sequel.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was just not as good as the first. And there you go. For anyone playing Peter Almond Bingo, you've had a Doctor Who mention and a Ghostbusters mention tonight.
Yes, you have. Aliens. Yes, that's another good example.
Aliens. I love Aliens. But do you know what? I only saw that a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Up until a couple of years ago, I'd only seen Alien.
I still have to watch Alien.
Really?
I've only ever seen Aliens.
No, I'd only ever seen Alien 1 up until a couple of years ago, where I downloaded all of the Alien films.
Oh.
And just watched them on one Sunday afternoon, just one after another.
That sounds like fun.
Clerks. I've not seen Clerks 2.
Clerks 2 was great.
Was it?
Yeah. Clerks 2 was really funny. I would watch both of them. Otherwise, you won't get the jokes from the second one.
I saw Clerks 1, but as it goes with a lot of these cult films, it's always been when, I've been round at a mate's house and we've all been drunk or stoned, and then they'll stick a film on. And say, oh, you've never seen this, you've got to watch it. And then the next day, I've now seen that film. I don't remember anything about it, but I've now seen it.
Oh, Pinkalos, that's fighting words. Doctor Who was a mistake. All 60 years of it. Fight me. Oh.
Right. To be fair, I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan on the telly. I'm not a huge Doctor Who TV fan. I much prefer the audios. Finished do. Especially, in fact, mainly the ones with Paul McGann as the Doctor.
So is that a BBC broadcast audio thing then?
No, it's a licensed, so it's all canon. It's all part of the Who-niverse, if you like. It's all part of that, but Paul McGann is my favourite Doctor, just based purely on the audios.
I liked the BBC radio drama of The Hitchhiker's Guide because it was basically like they were reading the books on the radio, and it was amazing.
I'm impressed it was the other way around.
Yeah, I know.
The books were a novelization of the radio.
The radio, yeah. But it was just, my dad introduced them to me when I was a kid, and I love them. I love them. They're so funny.
Yeah. If you I'll take this opportunity. If you go over to my channel, there is a video on there, me reading the first few chapters of Hitchhiker's Guide.
Nice.
Now, I do intend to finish the whole book, but it's because it's so technically awkward to make, because it's quite a long form thing, I've kind of shelved it for a little bit whilst I get some more content and grow my channel a little more. But I do have every intention of going back to it.
I love that. The funniest part in that series isn't even in the first book. It's that hello robot, hello mattress. What's a mattress? You are.
Yeah.
Just
Zen from the Squan Shell Zeta.
Yeah. just I love how Douglas Adams wrote such absurd things, but they just made sense in his books, and it was just so funny. You couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah, it's because he was massive. I heard an interview with him. He's massively obsessed with working out the mechanics of things. So a lot of his humor comes from the details. So the Babel, and anyone looking at the screen right now when I talk will spot the Babel fish is
nice.
My avatar at the moment. Until random goon pulls his finger out of his ass and actually makes me that avatar he offered me. But his theory on it is, right, you look at a light switch, right? One view of it is you press that switch and the light comes on. Douglas Adams was always obsessed with the idea that you press the light switch, which connects a circuit which goes outside, and then this whole chain reaction of shit has to happen, going all the way to a power plant which could be 50 miles away.
Yeah.
And then comes back just to switch that light on in an instant. And that's the kind of detail a lot of his humor came from. Which is why the Babel fish was his way of explaining, you know, I'm doing a sci-fi series.
Yes.
And people are going to wonder, why do all aliens speak English? So he just came up with the idea of this. It's a fish that's in the air, and this is how it works.
Or almost, but not exactly, totally not unlike tea.
Yeah. But in response to Pumpkin Trucker, if the Enterprise did fire a photon torpedo at the TARDIS, it wouldn't get past the transduction barrier. Sorry. Pincalo, I have the entire radio broadcast somewhere on a USB drive.
Yeah.
You can get them all on Audible now as well. They've been the first two series, which were the ones from the 70s and 80s, have been digitally remastered as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that series.
And no, blind girl, it is Babel, not bagel.
Did she just say bagel?
It started out as a joke because when I told her what my avatar was at first, she misheard it as bagel and then called it that.
Bagel fish.
Yeah, and called it that for a few weeks until just one night I realized and just went, no, hang on. It's Babel.
Now I'm picturing a fish that is completely round, that has fins all around the outside and a ginormous hole in the middle of it. And it's just, the way it swims is it just spins vertically like a spinning record, just through the water.
It's not to be confused with a donut fish.
Yes.
Which is just purely a flotation device.
Yes.
Yeah.
Babel fish only translates Yiddish. Oh, bagel fish only translates Yiddish.
Oi, Goyim.
God damn, my chat's on fire today.
They really are. Right, you've brought your A game tonight, chat. The TARDIS can manipulate time and space. The Enterprise cannot touch it. Yeah, exactly, prostate.
Unless, of course, you fire up the tachyon drive and use tachyons to go back in time like they did with the First Contact.
Do you know what? I really like that film. I'm not a big Star Trek fan, and I actually really like the original 6.
Yeah.
7 technically, if you count Generations. The original 6 from like the Kirk era.
Yeah.
And
except for 5. 5 can just...
No, actually, I would say from them, 6 would be the weaker one.
No way. You can't call Undiscovered Country worse than fucking Final Frontier.
I might have this wrong way round one. Which is the one where they find God?
That would be Final Frontier. That's 5.
Right. Okay. All right.
With Spock's random brother that we never knew he had until then.
Yeah, I do agree. That one.
Like, Sarek never even mentions him. And then, like, we've gone through the original series. We've gone through 4 movies. We've gone through the death of Spock and the rebirth of Spock. And nobody mentions, Spock, you have a half-brother who likes to feel emotion. And he's, wandered off into the desert somewhere. No one? Really? Come on, Roddenberry. Anyway.
But of the Next Generation films, First Contact is the best one. Insurrection is worth a watch. Yeah. Nemesis, forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah, the only good line in that movie from Data Wasteland, why does God need a starship? That's like the only good line from Final Frontier.
Yeah.
And the way Shatner delivers it. He's just like, excuse me, but what does God need with a starship?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my. But no, the original stuff with Kirk and that, and I would agree with you. First Contact is the best TNG movie.
Yeah.
I hate watching Nemesis mostly because one of my favorite characters dies in the end of it.
I've only seen it once. And that was enough for me to go, right, fuck that.
Well, I hated the movie as it was, and then when they shot Data out of a cannon and killed him, I went,
right.
Fuck you. Just fuck you. You killed Data.
The thing is, it gets a horrible rap and it gets horrible reviews, but I actually quite like Star Trek 4.
But the Voyage Home?
Yes.
With the whale?
I actually really like it.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. But it gets awful reviews. Every time I talk to someone about the Star Trek films, they're like, oh, no. 4 was shit. It was goofy. It was silly. I was like, well, yeah, considering I'm not a Star Trek fan, that's the kind of shit I want.
Remember where we parked, says Data Wasteland. Yeah. That's a line from the Voyage Home.
Yeah. And the stuff with Scotty picking up the mouse and go, hello computer.
Yeah. A keyboard. How quaint. Or you've got fucking Chekhov wandering around 1970s San Francisco. Where are the nuclear vessels?
Yeah. We are looking for the nuclear vessels.
Oh man, just I can't stand the new iterations of Star Trek though with the J.J. Abrams stuff. I don't like it.
Right, I don't think they're good as Star Trek movies. I think they're good sci-fi movies.
Mm-hmm.
But they're apart from, I quite liked Into Darkness, but I will never get over the image of watching Sherlock kick the shit out of someone.
Yeah. Benedict Cumberbatch.
That just looks wrong.
Yeah.
To me.
That was one whale of a show. Ha ha ha.
That's fucking Sherlock, and he's beating someone to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Benedict Cumberbatch, I can't imagine him as Khan, mostly because all I hear about him from women is, oh my god, he's so hot.
He's not. He's got a weird face.
First of all, he doesn't sound hot. Second of all, you don't picture Khan Noonien Singh as hot.
Well, it's just as well, because he isn't. He's got a very strange face. Almost Matt Smith levels of strangeness.
Yeah.
Like all the Doctor Who fans like fanboyed over Matt Smith.
Yeah.
And fuck's sake, no, his face is 70% chin.
Oh god. That just seems supremely unattractive.
I mean, it's all right, you know. Doctor Who is supposed to be an alien, so to get somebody who looks weird to play him, you'd think that would work.
Star Trek 4 is awesome. 6 is the best, says Pinkalo. I thought the first Star Trek movie was awful, says Wikipedia snippet. That's because it was.
I actually really like it, but then again, one of my favourite films is 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
Which is basically near enough the same film, just with a Star Trek filter applied to it.
Yeah.
You know, this kind of idea of discovery. We've discovered something huge, massive, and it's very slow, it's very boring, but I liked it. Yeah, V'ger, that's it.
V'ger, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an all right movie, but if you watch that movie when you can't see, especially when they're going through that tunnel, 15 minutes of the same 3 notes.
All you hear is them talking like this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, shut up. Well, we've got 4 minutes left, guys. Do you have any questions for me or Peter before we wrap it up? This went by really fast. It always does.
I'm just really happy I got a chance to nerd out with you for the last 15 minutes.
Well, I love nerding out, so nerding out is fun.
Scotty sits in a computer chair and starts talking to it. Guy says use the mouse. He picks it up and talks into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We covered that data wasteland. Yeah, that is funny. Time are you streaming tomorrow? Scotsman, Saturday streams. I've got to look at my list now. About 7 o'clock, 7 till 10. I'm thinking of doing.
And that's your time, right? 7 your time.
Yeah. So 2 p.m. your time. So yeah, well, literally in 24 hours time.
Pinkala says Blind Press. The thing about Khan being hot was that all the women wanted him back then. Yeah, but they didn't want him because he was good looking. Even in the episode where Khan is first introduced, the woman, the historian, she doesn't go and stay with him because he's handsome. She's intellectually intrigued by him. It's a mental thing with him. It's not a physical attraction that she has to, like, she becomes physically attracted because she is intrigued by him. But it's not like she didn't look at him and went, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, at first he was a puzzle to her. And him being the narcissist megalomaniac that he is, saw that and used it to his advantage and played on her weaknesses.
I've responded to him in the chat, but I'll do it on stream as well. Wikipedia snippet asks, speaking of recurring musical notes, what did you think of Close Encounters of the Third Kind? And like I've just said in the chat, I fucking love it. It is one of my top 5 films of all time.
That was a good movie.
I fucking love that film. And I was saying on stream, I think it was after the stream with Pumpkin Trucker and Blind Girl last night. All of my favourite films, barring one, were all out before I was born.
Yeah.
So things like Ghostbusters, which predates me by 2 years. This is Spinal Tap. Was again, that was 1982. I think that came out.
Oh, someone's asking me, I'm new here, so this may have been covered before, but has anyone handed you models or toys of the Star Trek ships? Actually, yeah, a roommate of ours had very small models of a few of the different ships. I think he had a bird of prey, a warbird, a Borg cube, and I think he had Enterprise, but they were very small, so it was just like a very basic outline. I would love to see a 3D cross-section type of deal of the Enterprise. That would be cool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Opinionated Gulf City Scotsman, I apologise. Yes, you were in that hangout too. Sorry, mate. Ghostbusters release date June 8th, 1984. So yeah, it was about 2 and a bit years before I was born.
Oh, I'm sorry. They were micro machines, not models.
I just want to know why people's messages keep getting retracted and they've not said anything like rude or objectionable.
Maybe he's misspelled something and deleted it, or...
No, because it happened to Scotsman a minute ago when he said, I was there too, you cunt.
Oh, that's why.
And Pumpkin Trucker said, Blind Girl, I'm just working this out now. Pumpkin Trucker said, yeah, Scotty was there too, you putz. And then Wikipedia snippet, all he did was just put the release date for Ghostbusters in. And his message...
Let's see if it'll delete my message. Hey, YouTube. Fuck off. Let's see if that works. Oh, it's still there. Oh, and set to live chat. Yeah, it is set to live chat. Well, yeah. I'll make sure. Live chat. Yep. I forgot a space.
All right.
Fucking
Wait, right, Wikipedia snippet. If I can still read the message, fine.
Top chat, live chat. Yep. Well, before this degenerates into swearing in chat just to see who gets deleted and who doesn't.
Yeah, thank you for that, Scotsman.
I'm going to say thank everyone for coming out tonight, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks, Peter, for being my guest. I had a lot of fun.
That's quite all right. It's been amazing, actually.
Well, I'm glad you had fun. Everybody, be sure to tune into Blind Girl tonight after the Ghost Poo podcast. Are you going to be on her stream tonight, Peter? Or
yes.
All right. Well, go listen to Peter and Blind Girl and Pumpkin Trucker and Opinionated Scotsman, and who knows, I might show up. I don't know.
Hey.
But thank you guys all for coming out. I do not know if there's going to be a Star Trek stream this week. One of our panelists is having some RL stuff going on. So I'm not sure if we're going to carry on with him without him this week or not. I'll keep you guys posted. But if we don't see you tomorrow at 10 p.m., come watch Pinkalo and I on Sunday at 10 p.m. for the Blind and the Special. I hope everyone had fun today, and everybody stay safe and have a good rest of the day.
Night.